Ladies and gentlemen, there is something that I've been saying on this platform, and allow me to repeat it once again, that it's going to take a miracle for William Samoei Arap Ruto, the President of the Republic of Kenya, to be voted in again in 2027. Because I've been observing William Ruto of today and William Ruto of 2022. They're totally different. Earlier today, William Ruto met with the Kwanza MCAs. And there is something important that I noticed. But before I reveal to you what I noticed, let me just read for you what UDA party posted on their official Facebook page. Because in this video, I want to reveal to you guys the objective why William Ruto convened the meeting. Because William Ruto is clearly cornered. This is what UDA posted. Kwanza MCAs unite in delivering government agenda. Statehouse, Nairobi. Party leader President William Ruto hosted the first Kwanza MCA meetings, bringing together 19 member parties from coalition plus the Jubilee Party. The team resolved to continue working together and take the lead in the implementation of different government programs in their respective areas. I want you to underline that. The meeting was also attended by the Deputy President, Honorable Rigathi Gachagua, COG Chair Anne Waiguru, Senator Cleophas Malala, Secretary General UDA Party, Majority Leader in the Senate Aaron Cheruiyot, National Assembly Majority Leader Honorable Kimani Ichung'wah, Governor Susan Kihika, Governor Ken Lusaka, UDA Treasurer Japhet Nyakundi, and Majority Whip in the Senate and in the National Assembly, Honorable Osoro and Boni Halwale, respectively, amongst others. Now, this is what I observed from this meeting. As much as this was a Kwanza MCAs meeting, it was clear that it was kind of a UDA affair. The question is, where was Musalia Mudavadi? Of course, Musalia Mudavadi is out of the country. But who is the face of ANC in this meeting? Where was Moses Masika Wetangula, the Ford Kenya leader? If I might ask you, who was the face of Moses Wetangula in this? Of course, I can see the face of Sabina Chege from these videos, from these photos. But clearly, this was a UDA agenda. But what was the objective? Why do you think William Ruto was forced to convene this meeting? That's exactly what I want to leak to you guys in this video. But before you do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, allow me to dive in. But before I dive in, allow me to also take this opportunity to thank the following people. You are seeing their names on the screen there for the coffee which they sent to me earlier, because it goes a long way in supporting this channel. You can also do the same using the numbers you are seeing on your screen. A cup of coffee only goes for 200 bob, but you can always do more. Ladies and gentlemen, why do you think William Ruto convened this meeting? Number one, Kwanza members of parliament who have been propagating Kwanza policies on the ground have become very unpopular and can no longer go to the ground. They're actually hiding. And because Kwanza MPs can no longer go to the ground to articulate Kwanza policies, William Ruto has devised a new strategy of involving the MCAs. Let me ask you, when was the last time you saw Kwanza MP anywhere in the Republic of Kenya articulating Kwanza policies? The truth of the matter is that Kwanza policies have become very unpopular, and it's because of the MPs. Kwanza MPs voted for the housing levy. That levy is very unpopular with majority of Kenyans. Kwanza MPs voted for the increase in taxes, which has made the life of Kenyans unbearable. And because of those, they can no longer go and articulate Kwanza policies on the ground. So William Ruto thought of a different strategy and approach. And the approach is simple. Why not use MCAs? Listen in to some of the MCAs.
Your Excellency, tunakushukuru ya kwamba umeuda uchumi. Sasa hata dola imerudi wapi? Chini. Your Excellency, wakati tumekuwa wale watu ambao wamekuwa akitusumbua kwa sababu ya magonjwa, sasa umeleta NHIF mzuri ambaye haina wakora, na sasa tunaona ya kwamba hata wale walikuwa wanatusumbua watashindwa. Your Excellency, also tunakushukuru kwa sababu wewe ni mtu wa mashinani, na kwa sababu wewe ni mtu wa mashinani utajua ya kwamba vile Your Excellency, unajua tumeongea mambo mengi, tumeongea mambo ya World Fund, tumeongea mambo ya grade, na sasa Your Excellency, kwa sababu tumekupatia mimi Your Excellency, na kuomba wewe ni baba ya hawa wa MCAs, kuja uambie yale mambo ambayo tumesema, na kwa sababu ni mambo mazuri, tukitoka hapa tutaenda tukiiba kawibo kazuri kakusema kwamba mambo ni mazuri.
Your Excellency, we want to thank you most sincerely for the respect and the love and support you've given us as members of county assemblies. Most recently, kama viongozi muliona, we've had a number of former MCAs and former speakers being appointed to senior government positions, including ambassadors and PSs. We can't thank you enough, Your Excellency, and we want to pledge our support to the government and to the agenda that you have to push devolution and to strengthen the county assemblies. Finally, Your Excellency, is to just give you a brief that this journey has been long, and for the patience that members have had, they are very happy today to hear from you so that we can now move on as one united body of the county assemblies.
Na sisi wote kuanzia MCA mpaka mimi na wale wengine wote tumechaguliwa hapa katikati na kuteuliwa, sisi ndio leadership ya Republic of Kenya, ndio? Na jukumu ya kupeleka Kenya mbele imewekwa, na ni kwa mapenzi ya Mungu imewekwa juu yetu. Na mimi nimewaeleza pale mbeleni, hakuna kiongozi anachaguliwa kwa bahati mbaya. Every leader is elected kwa sababu Mungu amependa hivyo. Na niliwaeleza pale nyuma, lazima tujiulize sisi tuliopata nafasi ya uongozi wakati huu, ni nini Mungu anataka tufanye katika Kenya. We have a mission because we have the privilege and the honor to be leaders in Kenya today. And I have told you we need to work together so that we achieve the will of God and the aspirations of the people of Kenya.
What I don't know is whether the ground will receive the messages from the MCAs, because the ground is totally hostile for Kenya Kwanza. The truth of the matter is that William Ruto of today is totally different from William Ruto of 2022. His campaign during that time was fully charged. He had a clear messaging, and Kenyans received the messaging. Today, nobody is listening to what William Ruto and his government are saying. So William Ruto is trying to use the MCAs to articulate Kenya Kwanza policies. The truth is, MCAs are on the ground with the people, and therefore if it's a matter of articulating the policies, they are better placed. And if Kenyans will be able to reject them, William Ruto will also be able to understand. That's number one. Number two, based on the absence of key affiliate parties of Kenya Kwanza, it is clear that William Ruto is out to force the affiliate parties to join UDA party. You convene a meeting, invite the MCAs from across the country without their party leaders to a meeting. You treat them at Statehouse. I can assure you, most of them will be carried away, and most of them will no longer see the need of their political parties. I want you guys to take the case of ANC MCAs who are elected in Lamu, or those who are elected in Vihiga. They've never stepped in Musalia Mudavadi's office, but now they are in Statehouse. Of course, today wametoka na kakitu. these guys will see the reason for working with Ruto. Remember, William Ruto has always tried to merge the political parties. Musalia Mudavadi said no. Wetangula has said no. Most of these guys are saying no. So I'm convinced that the strategy here is to try and force this merger through the MCAs. So that's number two. Number three, William Ruto's strategy. Number three, William Ruto is also trying to reconnect with the grassroots again. For those who've been following William Ruto of late, he has lost kind of mojo. So he's trying to reconnect with the ground. William Ruto was the hustler candidate. He was mtu wa chini. Then he's a president, working only with the MPs. Then he has now decided to come to the ground, to the level of MCAs. MCAs are the ordinary faces of leaders you meet on the ground. If you were to go to your ward, for example, if I were to go to my ward in Nyakach today, there's a chance that if I attend one or two funerals, I'll interact with my MCAs. So that is what Ruto is not trying to do. He has told these MCAs to read Kenya Kwanza manifesto, because William Ruto is implementing Kenya Kwanza manifesto, and that manifesto is what is hurting majority of Kenyans. So he wants the MCAs to read it, and he has advised them to read it again so that they can go to the ground and explain to the people what they promised Kenyans and what they are doing. So in short, he's trying to reconnect with the grassroots because he has lost the hustler narrative. Number four is the Kenya Kwanza policies, which are very unpopular. I was talking to someone who is in the know within Kenya Kwanza, and he was telling me that as much as William Ruto has tried to deny the fact that Kenya Kwanza has become very unpopular, deep down within themselves, they agree that things are not good for them, that some of the policies are not working. The taxes, people are not feeling them on the ground. So that's why he's telling the MCAs, come, go and explain to the people that these houses will belong to you. Then you tax people in the next 3 years. Like for example, in Homa Bay, I like using Homa Bay because they have a housing project there. If you go to Homa Bay, how many units? How many families will benefit from those housing? How many hustlers do you think at the end of the day will get those houses? So it means the impact on the voter, the actual voter, will not be there. But he's trying to use the MCAs to go to the ground, try explaining, because the MPs cannot. Number five, William Ruto is already campaigning for 2027. And the other day I was reading in the dailies that William Ruto is not trying to go back to the church. That's why the other day he gave 50 million to which church was that? Can you remind me? 50 million, I think, to Quakers. He gave them 50 million and also met with the officials at Statehouse. He's trying to go back to the church because the church has dumped him. The idea of bringing Benin into the country was for purposes of trying to bring back the church into the picture. So the church is gone. So William Ruto is now trying to use the MCAs because the MCAs are the lowest elected leaders in their own rights. So he wants to try and use them and figure out if he can use, because I think UDA or Kenya Kwanza has the majority MCAs. If he can effectively use them, then he hopes that his messaging will actually go outside there. Maybe he is also trying to use them to revive the hustler narrative, because that hustler narrative, as we speak, is dead. Nobody can be convinced by Kenya Kwanza or William Ruto for that matter that he's a hustler, that there is a dynasty somewhere. Nobody. I don't know what you think, but for me, the main reason why this meeting was convened was because Kenya Kwanza MPs have become so unpopular on the ground to an extent that they can no longer articulate Kenya Kwanza policies on the ground. And because of that, William Ruto is now trying another unit which is the MCAs. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye bye.